What's going on, Knicks fans? Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_, and we'll do this. The first 10. We'll do the first 10 people that give me a follow. I'll follow you back. I'm always down to chop it up with Knicks Hoops, and I'm tweeting about Knicks news and rumors all day long. But in today's show, we're going to look at 3 off-season point guard targets the Knicks could either look to sign or trade for. We all know the New York Knicks point guard spot has been a long position that they have continually failed at. You know the Cleveland Browns with quarterbacks? Yeah, that's not really a thing anymore because they got Deshaun Watson. So maybe this will be the summer the New York Knicks get a point guard. And my first target, and one that, according to Jake Fisher, we'll break down a quote in a quick second, he said they are in hot pursuit, and the number one offseason priority is Jalen Brunson. And I like the idea. I think Jalen Brunson would fit really well in a Tom Thibodeau defense and an offense. Although he's not much of a complete, get to the rack and average 25 points a game point guard, he is an all-around point guard that can score at all 3 levels, and he's a defensive-minded guy. He reminds me of a Kyle Lowry light type of player. But Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report, he put out an article talking about the Knicks offseason, and he said this: there will be a level of turnover in New York this summer. The Knicks have been open to discussing the majority of their roster in varying capacities dating back to the 2021 draft. They are expected to target the point guard market, particularly with Jalen Brunson widely known to be at the top of New York's wish list. And we've talked about this on the channel before. And Jake Fisher, and at the NBA trade deadline, there were reports that came out that there was an NBA team that would be willing to pay Jalen Brunson $20 million per year. Is it the Knicks? I don't know, but according to that article, it sounds like it might be the Knicks. And if you're going to pay $20 million per year for a point guard, these numbers are justifiable. Jalen Brunson is having the best season of his young NBA career, playing alongside one of the best and brightest stars in the NBA, Luka Doncic. Averaging 16 and 5, shooting above 50% from the field. For a small point guard, that's great. Shooting 38% from 3, that's great. I would like to see him, though, on another team where he has to be the full point guard. Doesn't have to lean on Luka Doncic to have the highest usage rate on the team. What happened if Jalen Brunson came to the Knicks and he was the complete orchestrator? Could he average 18 and 8, 20 and 10? I'm very intrigued by what the Knicks would get if they did sign Jalen Brunson. But would you do it at $20 million per year? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cheddar, especially for a guy who's finally reaching, the floor of the type of player he can be. He's got a still long way to go, but we know that he can be a good lead guard in an offense. So let me know, would you pay $20 million per year for Jalen Brunson? Type Y for yes or go down and type N for no. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because when the NBA offseason gets here, free agency and the draft, nobody is going to be posting more content around your beloved New York Knickerbockers than us. So subscribe, and let's catch back up to 76ers Now, another channel we have here at Chat Sports. They traded for James Harden. Their channel caught fire. We used to be about 500 subs ahead. Now we're about 500 subs down. So let's catch up, and let's beat Philly once again. So go down right now and hit that big red button. Another point guard that's been rumored to the Knicks for a couple of years now. There was rumors before the season they could trade for him. And then now I think there's more rumors heating up that they're going to sign him in NBA free agency. And that's Collin Sexton, the point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's out this year due to a torn meniscus. But what he did last year showed that he can be the star and a lead guard in an offense. And I think he would really fit in a Tom Thibodeau offense because, as we all know, there is not really such a thing as a Tom Thibodeau offense. It's really just let the point guard go be great. Remember Tom Thibodeau with Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls? Why was that team so good? Because Derrick Rose was a bucket-getting machine. He got downhill. He got to the rim, and he averaged 24, 25 points per game, and that's what Collin Sexton did last year. 24 points per game. Never really the highest assist guy, and that's not really what Tom Thibodeau's point guard is supposed to do. Shot 47.5% from the field and then lights out 37% from deep. Collin Sexton continues to get better and better. Although he didn't play this year, we saw last year the type of player he can be. And with Darius Garland emerging as almost an all-star caliber type of player and point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're going to look to not re-sign Collin Sexton, who's going to be a restricted free agent this summer. So could the Knicks come in, give him a lot of money, a deal that the Cleveland Cavaliers can't match? I really think of the 3 guys we're mentioning, on the offensive side of the floor, this fits the Thibodeau offense best. In that offense, you need a scoring guard, and that's what Sexton is. So do you think they should sign him? Go down and type S for sign, or if you're out on Sexton, you can go down and type P for pass. I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Fanatics, and you should be giving them a shout out too because they got all kinds of New York Knicks gear on sale. Yeah, on sale. That nice orange hoodie. They got that nice black tee, a nice little zip up. That's something I would rock. And so is this backpack, excuse me. You need a backpack for traveling and all types of things. So go to chatsports.com/Knicks sale. We've got hoodies, we've got zip ups, we've got t-shirts, we've got backpacks, but you got to use that link. So I'll put it in the comments and the description of this video. Click on it, shop, and get yourself some New York Knicks swaggy gear for the offseason. The last point guard on today's show that the Knicks could target in NBA free agency is Tyus Jones. And you might be saying, Marshall, we need a big dog. We need a big dog at the point guard spot. And that's not Tyus Jones yet. But what he does for the Memphis Grizzlies is very underappreciated. When he has to start, he is someone that could step in for Ja Morant and be an effective player. What he's done this year, he plays about 20.4 minutes per game. But in games where he's played over 20 minutes per game, which is just 25 games this season, he averages 11.5 points per game and nearly 6 assists. But his season averages are 8 points per game, 4 assists, shoots about 45% from the field, and a nice 36.8% from three. This is someone that continues to get better every single year. And sometimes you have to find the diamond in the rough. And I know, a lot of you might be saying right now, this isn't the guy that we would go after first. I agree. But this would be a backup plan, and I think a very solid backup plan. As a business, as a sports organization, you need to have plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D. Because more than likely than not, plan A, most of the times, isn't going to work. So maybe you won't be able to go and get Jalen Brunson or Collin Sexton. I truly believe Tyus Jones would be a great plan C for the New York Knicks. He's still a young guard, and he's learning a lot in Memphis, and he's someone I think could be a great point guard in the Tom Thibodeau system. But pick one of these 3 point guards that the Knicks could target that you want to be the point guard next year. There's a lot of other guys we could talk about. Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard, De'Aaron Fox. The list goes on and on. But these are the names that I've seen the most brought up recently. So I want to hear you in the comment section. Be loud, be vocal. I'm curious where all of you stand on this. Do you want Jalen Brunson? Type JB. If you want Collin Sexton, go down and type CS. Or if you want Tyus Jones, go down and type TJ. I appreciate everybody watching today's show. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. It's an easy way to show some support. People always ask me, how can we, support the show? Like, comment, and subscribe. And give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I'll follow the first 10 people back. And make sure you're subscribed because the NBA offseason is right around the corner, and you're not going to want to miss a thing. When a move happens, when the Knicks trade someone, when they sign someone, we will be breaking it down on this channel. I guarantee you that. So go down right now and hit that big red button.